Alright, so we've gone ahead and we just did some preliminary checks. We've installed 4 AAA batteries, and we did a quick thing. Now, one of the things we did is that we quickly turned it on and we realized this thing was scatting all over our desk and our workbench, and we realized that, you know what, we need to see why. Turns out that, like I was saying earlier, these metal antennas here are very, they're bent a little bit when you first get them, so they might actually be hitting the switch, which means that if they're hitting one of these switches, they're not going to be working correctly, meaning that one of these will be spinning around in circles and whatnot, which we'll try to demonstrate in a bit because we've been able to do it successfully a bunch of times. And what I just want to make sure is that the switch is ready. Now when I turn it on, I'm not going to put it on the desk right away. I'm just going to flip the switch. I'm going to check the motors, see which way they're spinning. They're both spinning forward. You can just they're both spinning like this, so you can kind of tell that it's going to go forward. Now if we put it down on the desk here, I'm going to put my hand in front so you can see. Now see what happens. There you go, that went off. So basically, it was detecting bumps that got stuck. It was detecting when it would bump into something, so when it would bump into it, it would back up, spin around, and then move around again. Just moves so quickly it's hard to see. But the good thing is that everything is good. We don't have to worry about any of the connections being wrong or anything like that. Now in step 10 in the manual, they give you a full list of things to look for, what's going on, whatnot. And if you still can't figure out your problem, they give you the phone number and an email address that you can go ahead and contact them with, and you're good to go. They'll be able to help you out step by step and figure out what you have to do. Now, the next step, that was step 10. Now, step 11 is basically adding the legs. Now, these legs really don't do anything. It's just a kind of more of an aesthetic thing, but basically you're going to feed holes on the base here. You're going to feed it through twice and just kind of fashion the legs however you like. So we're going to go ahead and feed those through. Let's preset this up here. So what I'm doing is I'm pre-bending it just a little bit, making it look like a cane. I'm going to feed it through the hole and just make sure it goes into both. And there you go. That's one. Now we have another one. I'm going to go ahead and do it to all of these. Let's try one of these other ones here. This is a little tricky, but remember, if you can't do them, it's not a big deal because these aren't really required. It's more of an aesthetic thing and just how it looks, nothing more. But it does give your bot a cool look. Go ahead. This one here's a smidge. Now, in putting this, I've loosened the double-sided tape on one of the motors, so going back to what I originally said, you want to make sure you have some of that double-sided tape handy. You wasted it because you're probably going to need it. So what we're going to do is, after we've put this in place, is that we're going to go ahead and just kind of okay, so we've mounted the legs. Get these in. Now, if there's any bubbles, you should be able to take them right out. You just kind of move over them with your hand and it should press right through. And this will have eyes. Okay, and we have the inner part of the eye. There we have that. And we just kind of went by the picture that we see here. Figure out how to do that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, the last part, step 15, is the final assembly. So